You misogynist. You hate all women.
Well,
you hate women. Tell the truth. You hate all women. Oh, you're talking about before there was cameras on the cop cars, before there was body cameras. If we did what the cops did, they would absolutely murder us because of the training and Terry versus Ohio. Show me your hands! Show me your hands!
And it's the wrong person. They shot the kid, swung me around, smashed me down on the pavement.
You talking to cops is not going to help you. Welcome, everybody, to Delete Laws. My name is ChilleDeCastro. I am an autodidactic constitutional law scholar. After the Oklahoma City bombing, Oklahoma became one of the top police states in the country.
I moved from Colorado to here. And I can't. I know, two bad states, huh?
You went from the Colorado murderous police state to the Oklahoma murderous police state, prison state, death state.
Yeah, and because they're supposed to be an example, and they're not. They're just going way beyond what they're supposed to.
It's actually the training. It's actually the training. The training they get is that they need to be very afraid for their lives, and they're at jeopardy. Remember I said there's an 82-year-old woman the other day was shot because she was holding a butcher knife in her entryway when her family called for a welfare check because she was having a mental episode, and I think she was 82. So in the Fifth Amendment, you do not, it's not going to help you. You talking to cops is not going to help you. You're not going to be able to reason with them.
I don't talk to them at all.
If we did what the cops did, they would absolutely murder us. They would string us up. They would put us in the dungeon. They would arrest us.
And then, it's like entrapment. They do a lot of this entrapment bullshit, talk you into things or hiding and all this. I know I'm getting a little carried away, but, all this stuff really upsets me on what's this world coming to, the gun, pointing the gun at, a 17-year-old kid and all that, and an apartment complex, and it's the wrong person. They shot the kid,
They shot the wrong person. Once you agree to those policies, procedures, and protocols, you have signed up to a Death Star. From the NAP Commission, we have meat eaters and grass eaters. The grass eaters, they just shake down. They get free coffee, free lunches. Hey, are you going to take care of us in here today for this mattress? Are you going to give us a discount? Those are grass eaters. Meat eaters go in and say, hey, come on, you're not going to donate this mattress to a member of the NYPD? The difference between a meat eater and a grass eater is the grass eaters were a little more subtle, a little more tongue-in-cheek. The meat eaters would say, well, you want us to protect your shop, don't you? You need to give us that mattress for free. You going to take care of us or what? So we learned that in the 72 NAP Commission. In the 94 Mullen Commission, what we learned is that when you had a grass eater or even someone who they considered to be a good cop, what the New York Police Department would do is they would bring them into a situation and they would say, hey, Mr. P, this guy right here, he's a pedophile. He children. And what we understand, he a kid the other day. And then they know that you're this goody two-shoes for justice and liberty and freedom, and you signed up to be a pig because you thought you were really going to help people. And then they amp up that good cop to beat the holy hell out of the pedophile. They say, seal the door. Mr. P is going to take it to him. And then Mr. P starts taking it to him, and then the other cops are gaslighting him. Hit him! Hit him! That's a pedophile! Hit him! And then you go overboard. You break the guy's jaw. You crack his skull. And then they come to you and they say, hey, Mr. P, you cracked that guy's skull. What do you want us to put in the report? That you lost your cool and you started beating him up? Or do you want us to put in there that he attacked you? And then you say, what do you mean? Yeah. You told me, you were telling me. And he says, no. We told you to stop. And that's how they then take a goody two-shoes good cop and turn them to first being at least the minimum a grass eater, if not eventually a meat eater, where they're being the muscle for narcotics dealers. They are the narcotics dealers. They are the pimps. They're protecting the pimps. They're letting people through the roadblocks, the things that the corrupt system creates.
I think we're at a point where the American people don't have a say over anything anymore. From the Bill of Rights and everything. They're just changing everything, and people aren't speaking out enough of what's going on. Our younger generation, don't want to be involved. Everybody turns their head.
We have to defund them and create new organizations that are rights protectors that have a duty to protect us, where the training is based on solving crimes of victims who've been their rights have been stripped from them. So, for example, the current governor of Nevada is an ex-pig, and crime in Nevada has never been worse because they won't implement an open circuit television network for the public. We would solve all crime if there was an open circuit network for the so in other words, every single time you pull up to a stop sign, there's a code on it, even a QR code. You can take a picture of that, and then you can go and watch that live stream of that stop sign camera right there. You can roll back a month and watch that live stream. Anything you can see from the public eye, you can film. Then let's show everything. Let's go to an open circuit camera system.
I was riding my motorcycle. It's in Loveland, Colorado. They're pretty well known. They don't like bikers and that. And I used to, I ride a bike. and I came to the stoplight, and he was behind me. And then when I turned to make a left-hand turn to get on the highway there, he puts his lights on. And there's no, I didn't want to pull off right away. And I pulled off this parking lot, and he kept on telling me to pull over. So I pull over to this parking lot, Walmart parking lot. Next thing, there's 3 other cops coming through the parking lot. And before I was able to, stop my, vehicle, he jumps out of his squad car when I stopped. And before I put my kickstand down to find out what's going on, he tackles me on the bike, dumps my bike over. The next cops are grabbing me and almost smashed my head on the curbside and that. And asking me, where's my gun? Where's my gun? I said, what the F are you talking about? Where's my gun? And that next thing, they're tearing my bike apart, stand my bike up, pull all my stuff out of my saddlebags and stuff, rip my seat off, looking for a damn gun on that, And then he handcuffs me and asks me to show the driver's license. And I'm trying to pull my wallet out of my back pocket. Just when I went to grab my wallet, he grabs my right arm and swung me around, smashed me down on the pavement. What do the cops get out of this benefit of harassing, and just because they have a badge, they're above and beyond the laws?
Right.
And that, what benefits do they get out of it? Do they get points? Do they get awards? Or
Yes.
Pull so many people over, or promotions, or what?
The gamification of arresting you has to be changed. And every single person out there can go to your city council with this prepared speech that I'll have on my website that says the gamification of arresting people has to come to an end now. If you have any sort of incentivization program to get the most DUIs in a weekend or in a month, it has to be cut. Cut all ties with external groups that bonus or accolade or promote pigs who get the most DUIs or the most arrests in a weekend. And that's happening in every police department across America.
Do you legally have to roll your window down?
No. In most states in America, you don't have to actually even give them the hard copy of your license. In 3 states, I've shown them a photocopy of my driver's license that I have in a laminated card that I keep in my trifold up in my visor. And so I have a laminated copy of my driver's license in 3 different states where I've shown cops and they've accepted it. The state of Oklahoma is specific. I told you, after the Oklahoma City bombing, they become one of the top police states in the country. And in Oklahoma, they have passed a statute or ordinance that says that you have to actually give them the physical copy of your driver's license. So in Oklahoma,
I have to hand it to them?
Yes. Deborah Rogers was arrested because she didn't give the cop her driver's license. They tased her, they choked her unconscious, they beat her, they arrested her, they charged her with felonies. So in Oklahoma, so now you don't have to roll the window down all the way. You're welcome to go ahead and just crack the window and slip out your driver's license, registration, and proof of insurance. Now, they may tell you that you have to get out of the car because you're standing on your rights, and cops don't want you to stay on your rights. And so if the cops tell you to get out of the car, you actually have to get out of the car. It's Pennsylvania versus Mims, 1977. It's also in your trifold. Now, if you can show on camera that there is no way a reasonable officer can believe that you're armed and presently dangerous, presently a danger to them, you could challenge it because it goes against the spirit of the policy created in Pennsylvania versus Mims. But challenging that, you getting out of the car, could certainly get you arrested, likely will. But what I'm trying to convey, though, to you is that the game changer today is your camera.
Don't believe in having women on the police department. That's a big no-no. They should be in the office or something. They want to be a police officer.
You misogynist. Because, you hate all women.
Well,
you hate women. Tell the truth. You hate all women.
Women cops, because they get really snobby and they take their emotions to work and stuff, you know. And me being a big guy, I just slap the hell out of that woman. You know, if I touch her, then that's an assault. She could turn around and shoot me because I insulted her or pushed her hand away or something like that. And they should be calling all these cops, and next thing I'm either shot or going to jail for something. I know a couple cops and years ago before they had all this videos and stuff like that. One time I was out drinking with him at a bar, and Highway Patrol pulls me over, and he says, "Mike, just sit still. I'll take care of it." He whips his badge out. Next thing, we're leaving. You know, it's this good old buddy crap, you know. And I don't know why he was pulling me over, because I left the bar, and I think he was going to give me a sobriety check.
Oh, you're talking about before there was cameras on the cop cars, before there was body cameras.
Oh yeah. This was way back in the 80s and that.
Right.
You know, the early 80s and stuff. Before, you know, how they used to pull all this little stuff, you know. It was basically it's your word against theirs. And
right.
They listened to the cops first.
The only thing that has made that difference is the camera. But even then, when there's a jackboot thug pig breathing down your neck and he's screaming, "You get anything you want to say right now? Show me your hands! Show me your hands!" Right? That disorients people. And there's been a lot of studies that show when you surround someone by 2 or 3 sides and more than one person's yelling at you, the human brain cannot take on 3 different conversations. Can't do it. You literally get confused and disoriented.
And you freak out.
Right.
And they do things, you know, especially, you know, veteran or somebody, you know, they freak out and stuff like that. And next thing, they're down on the ground where they're dead. Then, you know, I've seen some of the shows where the cops now quit resisting, and they're handcuffing a guy, and he's not resisting. We're punching him in the face or kicking him in the gut,
right?
You know, just to make a case. You know, why they're tackling him or something. You know, quit resisting. That's all you hear is quit resisting. Quit resisting.
Now I want you to see. I'm going to give you a parallel here. What they're doing when they're screaming "Stop resisting" is they're making a video and audio, so that when they go to court, the Karens and Kevins and Kevin and Karen judges will hear and see that they were saying "stop resisting." They'll call in witnesses who will say, "Well, I don't know what I saw. I just heard the cops screaming "stop resisting." So what are they doing there? They're following a very rigid set of policies, procedures, and protocols that are meant to convict you, arrest you, detain you, torture you, dungeon you. And so what you have to do now that you understand the power of your camera phone, you have to narrate. Why are you hitting me? Why are you punching me? I'm not resisting. Why are you doing this to me? I haven't done anything. I'm no threat to you. Why are you tasering me? Why are you punching me in the leg? Who's punching me in the foot? Why is your knee on my groin? Stop it. Why are you hitting me in the nuts? Why are you choking me? You have to you have to follow the same rigid set of policies, procedures, and protocols that these jackboot thug pigs do. And if you don't, God help you when you get to court.
Well, you know, I don't mean to be rude about this, but do we really, you know, I'm here to, you know, to live and be free and not have to watch me 24/7, but why do I have to learn the laws and all that and have to show a card to protect myself?
My brother,
you know, I understand, you know, I get upset, you know, it's like we got to be, you know everything, you know. I know we have to have some protection, but we have to know our own laws and, you know, show this and show that. Now I understand, because the way our society is, it's just, you know, it's just the way things are.
Because the training, say what it is, because of the training and Terry versus Ohio. Just say it. Those are the problems. The police training is wrong, and Terry versus Ohio gives them absolute immunity over us by using officer safety. People think if we abolish qualified immunity, that's going to solve the problem. No, it's not. If the cops say, I was following officer safety, you can't sue them personally. They're following the policy of officer safety. Qualified immunity is a fraction of the problem in extreme cases. Most cases, 99% of cases, when you get to the federal district court, the appellate court, the circuit court, even the Supreme Court, you're going to see that they're going to say, I was following the policy of the Supreme Court of officer safety first. Above your First Amendment, above your Second Amendment, your Fourth, your Fifth, your Eighth, above all of your rights, above the 14th Amendment is officer safety. That's what you're saying. It's not how it is today. Be specific. It's Terry versus Ohio. And it is the training that they're giving these jackboot thug pigs. There's a piece of shit named Tim Kennedy. He was an MMA fighter who I used to love, Tim Kennedy. And come to find out, Tim Kennedy trains pigs. And what he teaches them is, you don't take the bottom, you don't pull guard. You get on the top, you're the aggressor. It's the exact opposite of what we need. I was on the left before. I moved more toward the right, more toward the center. And AOC came in and she was going to do all these things. And pretty soon, she became part of the swamp. But that's not, the system is corrupted and corroded, and the training is the problem. And Terry versus Ohio, that puts officer safety over all of our rights, is the problem. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the new redesigned Fifth Amendment cop card. Now, the driver card is in blue and the non-driver card is in yellow. Now, they're easily color-coded, so you know driving is blue, non-driving is yellow. You have to have a pair of Fifth Amendment cop cards in your wallet at all times. If you carry your credit cards in your phone, it's the exact same size as your Visa, as your driver's license. And these cards, they're made out of the exact same material as a hotel key, your Visa card, your driver's license. They don't destroy. It won't melt in your wallet. You need to have a Fifth Amendment driver and non-driver cop card in your wallet. These are the best gifts you'll ever give anybody. Thanks. My name is ChilleDeCastro, and I am Delete Laws.